So what's up, everybody? Sorry about that. I didn't record the last video like I could have. It was broken up into a bunch of different pieces and shit, so it kind of was shit. So I'm doing a better one now. Okay. I did decide that I'm going to put the harness inside the car underneath the dash. I'm going to take the driver's side, push the driver's side, this side. I'm going to push this. I think this is the driver's side. Yeah, driver's side. Push this, the car harness, not this harness, but the car harness inside the car underneath the dash. Plug these ones up to it, run it across underneath the dashboard. And while I do that, I'm gonna run all these wires, push all these wires that way, and extend them all out that way. So I'll have the next video I make will be of me doing that in the car, pushing the harness inside, showing you guys how to put the harness inside the car, and B, how to the wires will be already fully extended. I bought another D16 Z6 harness, so I'm just going to chop the it's already apart. I already pulled this one apart, and the other one is in the garage still in the motor, the H22. So I'm going to chop the wires from the plugs, get all the wires that I need, every single one of these, speed sensor, IAC, purge, all that. All the wires that I can, that can be extended with the original colors, I'm just going to extend them all out far. So I have a big old long harness that goes that way. So that way underneath the passenger side or somewhere, I might drill a hole or cut a hole or something like that, or even run through one of the boots that's up where underneath the under the hood fuse box, right underneath the battery tray. I might run a hole through there, or run these through the grommet there. Anyway, so what I found out was you need to add a knock sensor either way for the H22 modification swap, or for the modification harness with the Z6. You have to add a knock sensor. This is the oil pressure sensor here. I labeled them all. This is the evap purge, the IAC valve, the intake air sensor, all the plugs that speed sensor, all that stuff. I label them all, and they're all going to get run this way. These are the injectors here. They're all going to get run up that way and extended up, and you have a long ass harness that's going to go up that way. Kind of like pretty much the same as the ride wire harness, it's just homemade. So I got electrical tape and some solder for the ones that need to be soldered, like the big thick cables here, like the big one and stuff. So I found out you need to run. So in order to delete the, in order to not have resistor box for your H setup, you can do one of two things. Well, really, only one thing not to have an H. One thing that's really good. So you can take the O2, the OBD2 97 and up prelude injectors, put those in, easy work. All you got to do for the OBD1 harness to fit, so you don't have to modify and put OBD2 plugs on it, all you got to do is on the side of the injector itself, on the OBD2, has this little bump. It has a nut, like a nub on the side. Shave that nub. Get a razor blade and cut that nub right off the side. I'll show you guys on a different video. Take a razor blade, cut that nub right off the side. Everything else will slide right on from the OBD1. And you got yourself an OBD2 injector with the OBD1 plug, and it works just fine. It works all just fine. I've done it for years on B series and stuff like that. So yeah, take the OBD2 injector, shave the nut on the nub on the side, put the OBD1 injector plug on it. It's just fine. Okay, and that will delete the resistor box. So you don't even have to put a resistor box on it. You can run the if you have, depending on the harness that you have. I have the EX D16 Z6 harness from the Del Sol. So mine already has VTech wired in and all that stuff. All I have to do is add a knock sensor. So I just have to add a knock sensor on the ECU side. So what I'll do is I'll just run the plug. I already have the plug. I'm going to run the plug from there to the ECU side. And once I get the plug from there to the ECU side, I'm going to plug it in, and it should be good. The only wire that I don't know, maybe somebody on here can tell me, these two. I don't know. I think there's something for the transmission, because I have everything else that goes to the head and block. These are the coolant temperature sensor. This is the O2 sensor. These are the digi plugs. This is the water, the coolant temperature sensor plug itself. This is the sensor thing. This is the VTech and the VTech solenoid, and that's it. And this is the water coolant and the ground. So that's really all I gotta do. That's already grounded. That's already done. So I will bring you guys a video of me when I put the harness in the car, push it, run it, and then with the what plug it is for the knock sensor. I'll put the plugs in the diagram at the end of this video. So catch you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Just a quick update. I should have the motor and everything in the car on Monday or Tuesday. So, all right. Peace.